Hello, hello. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to our second video reading How to Work with Angels, written by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. This is a tiny little booklet, so it shouldn't take us more than 2 or 3 videos to finish it, but don't let the size fool you because it is full of valuable information that really can make a difference in your life if this is something that interests you and you allow it. So in the last video, we read a few, 1 or 2 inspirational stories, and then we also went over the 10-step, I think it was called the 10-step plan, or 10 steps on things you need to do to help either start working with the angels or enhance your working with the angels and your relationship with the angels, which is of the utmost importance every day. So let's go ahead and keep on going. So right in the middle here, after we get done with going over the 10 steps, we're going to read a short story about somebody who feels that something that happened to them, the outcome was very much from the assistance of the angels. And then we will go over some or all of the 7 archangels and what their angels that work with them can help you with. So knowing which angels to call on and how they can assist you, basically. So we'll go ahead and get started. A call is answered. When she was 16, Lucy Krasowski had a premonition that she would die a violent death at age 30. The feeling didn't go away with adolescence. At 25, she began asking God to keep her from the death she felt she was fated. In the meantime, she had become a Montreal police officer. Although violence against police officers is rarer in Canada than in America, Lucy felt that she was in danger and asked God to lead her to prayers for protection. She had heard that Archangel Michael was the patron of police officers, and so she was looking for prayers to him. She was 30 when she first attended a Summit Lighthouse study group meeting. There she learned decrees and prayers to Archangel Michael, as well as the fiat, Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. She quickly memorized the decrees and began giving them on her way to and from work and during breaks. I was in almost constant communion with the angels, she recalled. On May 22, 1993, Lucy gave 2 hours of decrees to Archangel Michael before going to work at 8 p.m. That night, she and her partner were searching for an assault suspect. They pulled up to a man and asked him if he had seen anything. He leveled a 9mm pistol at them and demanded their weapons. When they hesitated, he shot them both, Lucy in the head, face, and leg, and her partner in the head. Lucy opened her door and fell out, trying to take cover under the car. Lord Michael, help me, help me, help me, she called aloud. Her call frightened the gunmen, who ran away thinking she was radioing for help. This gave her the time to actually get to the radio. The gunman was later caught and convicted. Although Lucy had been seriously wounded, the bullets missed her spinal cord and major blood vessels. She was probably within millimeters of having something tragic happen, said her surgeon, Dr. Philip Dahan. She attributes the near misses as well as her swift recovery to Archangel Michael. She never went into shock and was walking around 2 days after the shooting. 10 days after that, she left the hospital. Although her hearing was impaired and some of her facial muscles were paralyzed, today she is hearing in the low normal range. Lucy calls her recovery awesome, especially since the doctors originally told her that she would never again hear out of her right ear. Why didn't Archangel Michael keep her from being shot in the first place? She believes that her karma, the cumulative effect of her past actions, prevented him from stopping the bullets, but she thinks her prayers enabled him to redirect them so that she was not killed. Although her karma may have destined her to die at age 30, her determination to live and her choice to pray changed her fate. My karma didn't allow the bullets to be stopped, but what Archangel Michael did was just as good. He saved my life, she said. God doesn't always answer our prayers the way that we expect him to. So now we're going to learn about the angels of protection. And their color that represents them and that they're known for on the 7 rays is the color blue. The archangel that works with the angels of protection is Michael, and his name means who is like God. His spiritual home is in Banff near Lake Louise in Canada. You can ask the angels of protection for spiritual gifts like freedom from fear and self-doubt, strengthening of your faith and perfecting of your soul. You can ask them for practical assistance, like protection from physical and spiritual dangers, everything from traffic accidents and burglaries to psychic aggression, exorcism of demons. And you can ask them for help with world service, inspiration for leaders, and improvement of government. Now let's talk a little bit about the angels of protection and Archangel Michael. Jewish, Christian, and Islamic scriptures all revere Archangel Michael. Jewish mystical tradition identifies him as the captain of the Lord's host, who appeared to Joshua before the Battle of Jericho, and also as the angel who guided Israel through the wilderness and saved the 3 Hebrew boys from the Nebuchadnezzar's fiery furnace. I don't know if I said that right. Nebuchadnezzar's. Sorry. Archangel Michael and his angels of protection can answer your SOS calls best when you pray to them daily. Thousands of people have experienced miracles that they believe were made possible by their strong relationship with the blue flame angels. People like Daniel. He's an airline pilot who had begun decreeing to the angels of protection for about 20 minutes a day. One day, he took his 2 young sons out for a tractor ride near their home outside Dallas when a tree branch fell on his neck and back. With his back covered in blood, he was somehow able to drive the 1/4 mile back to his house. He didn't remember the drive, but 4-year-old Christopher did. Daddy drove the tractor home, but a big blue angel came down and sat on the front of the tractor, he said. The angel told him that his daddy would be all right. Daniel recovered quickly without surgery, although the hospital staff told him he was lucky not to be a quadriplegic. He believes his decrees enabled the angels to save him. And it says we're going to learn about these decrees further on in the book. Archangel Michael to the rescue. So here's a story. Kelly and her friends Wayne, Russell, and Heather had been decreeing to the angels for only a few weeks when they needed emergency help. The 4 teenagers piled into Wayne's compact sedan and gave Archangel Michael's traveling protection decree before heading off for a church picnic. Just after they exited the highway and were on an overpass, a fully loaded 18-wheeler ran a red light and plowed into their car. The truck dragged the car under its wheels for 500 feet before stopping. Kelly was in the back seat on the passenger side, the side where the truck impacted. She was pinned in the crushed metal from the bottom of her feet to the middle of her chest. One wheel of the stalled truck was directly above her body, and she couldn't breathe. "Do your calls," yelled Heather, who was also in the back seat. Kelly couldn't speak, but she made a silent prayer to Archangel Michael. Strange as it sounds, Kelly swears the truck instantly lifted a few inches, giving her time to twist the upper part of her body free. Then the weight of the truck descended again. "All of a sudden, I could breathe," said Kelly. Her first words aloud were, "Thank you, Archangel Michael." During the nearly 2 hours it took to get her out of the wreckage, she said she remained perfectly calm, comforted by the presence of Michael and his angels. After 3 surgeries, she still has some hip problems, but says it's nothing you couldn't live with. Wayne was uninjured, while Russell received a blow to his head and Heather a broken arm. Kelly says she knows that Archangel Michael saved them all from the death or lasting injury. And I will add, it is always important to thank your angels after you've asked them for assistance. Always show gratitude. Next, we will learn about the angels of illumination. Their color on the rainbow 7 rays is yellow. Their archangel is Jophiel. His name means beauty of God. Their spiritual home is near Lanzhou in north-central China. You can ask these angels for spiritual gifts like wisdom, illumination, understanding, inspiration, knowledge, clear seeing, connection with your higher self. You can ask them for practical assistance, such as help in absorbing information, studying for and passing tests, freedom from addictions, dissolution of ignorance, pride, and narrow-mindedness. And you can also ask them for world service assistance, such as exposing wrongdoing in government and corporations, and help in fighting pollution and cleaning up our planet. We've all seen it in cartoons. Pop, the light bulb goes off over someone's head, or on, I should say. I have an idea, they say. Even Einstein had a sudden flash of insight that inspired his theory of relativity. But where does the inspiration come from? Many of our ideas actually come from Archangel Jophiel and the angels of Illumination, who put us in touch with the mind of God, the source of all creativity. These angels bring us our great inspirations and life-changing revelations. They help us to contact our higher self and even to absorb information and pick up new skills. Their primary purpose is to rescue us from ignorance, which can be defined as blindness to our oneness with God. When you commune with these angels, they will free you from anything that blocks your oneness with your higher self, including self-doubt, fear, lack of self-esteem, and addictions of all kinds, from chocolate to nicotine. They can even help you to increase your mental capacity and use a greater percentage of your brain. So talk to them about questions on your mind and the best way to approach a problem. Ask them to inspire you with the words for your poem, the plot for your novel, the arguments for your brief. You can rely on them to do all this, as well as keep you in touch with your higher self when you daily invoke the flame of illumination. And here's a little story. Passing the test. Has it happened to you? You study hard for a test, and when it's sitting in front of you on an empty desk and the clock is ticking, you can't remember a thing you studied. Verlene had always had a hard time taking exams. Even if she had studied hard, she would go blank when faced with a test. When she was studying to become a realtor in Illinois, she did so well in the class exercises that her instructor told her, "You'll ace the exam." "No, I won't," she thought with this sinking feeling, "because I never do." Sure enough, when she got to the exam room and opened up her test, her mind went blank. She made a silent prayer to the angels to illumine her mind. Suddenly, the answers began flowing into her head. Her pen moved across the page, and she was able to take the test. She didn't find out her scores since the scores aren't released, but she did pass. She believes the angels helped her make it through. She says that once she got going on the test, I enjoyed it. It was kind of a breeze. And here is a small fiat at the bottom that you can use to call on these angels quickly. Angels bright from starry height, charge my being and mind with light. And I apologize that Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. That's their fiat. I didn't share that at the bottom of this. It was mentioned in the story, though. Now let's learn about the angels of love. Their color is pink. Their archangel is Chamuel. His name means who sees God. Their spiritual home is in St. Louis, Missouri. You can ask them for spiritual gifts such as love, compassion, mercy, creativity, forgiveness, dissolution of feelings of selfishness, self-dislike, self-condemnation, and low self-esteem, preparation to receive the Holy Spirit. You can ask them for practical assistance, like protection against malice, slander, and misunderstanding, inauguration of new friendships and relationships, repairing of damaged relationships, help in getting along with others, help in finding a job or locating lost objects. And world service, you can ask them in assistance with healing of ethnic and racial tension. Love can be both gentle and fierce, and so can Archangel Chamuel and his angels. They may appear surrounded by layers of gossamer light to comfort a frightened child, or they may put on their armor to fight the forces of cruelty and hatred that cause many of the problems in families and relationships. The angels of love help you fight the forces of anti-love, which bring about addictions and psychological problems, such as depression and compulsive behavior. When you feel yourself in the grips of desire for nicotine, when your self-esteem is low, or when you feel powerless against forces of racial division and tension in your neighborhood, give the powerful fiat to Chamuel and the angels of love, so both Chamuel and the angels of love. And then you're going to repeat the second part of that fiat, begone forces of anti-love, 9 times. The angels of love also specialize in making your life run more smoothly. Archangel Chamuel will assign angels to you to help you in your daily life, as if they were your personal staff. You can ask them to run errands, prepare the way for successful meetings, and undertake special projects on behalf of your family, your business, or your church. They are experts at improving communication between people. You can ask them to help those in your household understand each other and to help you to be a better listener to meet others' needs. So if your children are fighting or you and your spouse aren't getting along, you're not getting along with your boss or your neighbors, or if you don't seem to be able to attract the kind of relationship you want, try adding some prayers to the angels of love. To your daily ritual. Sorry, I didn't see that over here. See how they will transform you and those who are closest to you. So their fiat for the angels of love: in the name of God, I am that I am. In the name of Archangel Chamuel, begone forces of anti-love. And that is the part that you will repeat 9 times or more if you wish. Now let's read a little bit about them in a story as well. Angels of every sort help us find lost objects, but the angels of love are especially concerned with providing our comfort and well-being. They can find things like lost jewelry, clothing, even misplaced documents. It works like this. You make the call. Angels, please help me find my fill in the blank. Suddenly you remember where it is, get a vision of its location, or even find it in a place where you have already looked. Patrick lost an earring in a busy mall. Patricia. Her friend Carol told her to call to the Finding Angels. Although skeptical, she followed her friend's advice. Suddenly her eyes landed on the spot under a counter where the earring had rolled. Alice, a nurse, regularly asks the angels to help her find missing objects in the hospital. She can often find things like special syringes or tubing that no one else can locate. It's almost like the angels show me in my inner vision where I should go to look for it, she says. We will do anything you ask as long as it is lawful for us to do in the sight of God. Archangel Chamuel. Now let's read about the angels of guidance. Their color is white. Their archangel is Gabriel. His name is God is my strength. Their spiritual home is between Sacramento and Mount Shasta, California. You can ask them for spiritual gifts like guidance in creating your spiritual life, revelation of your life plan and purpose, disillusion of discouragement, joy, happiness, and fulfillment, or practical assistance like help in establishing discipline and order in your life, the organization of your emotional, mental, and physical environment, including such things as home purchases and new directions in your education and career, or world service, like help in organizing peacekeeping operations, distribution of food and medical assistance, and relief for victims of natural disasters. Gabriel and the angels of guidance will help you to understand and perform your life's calling. In the book of Daniel, Gabriel helps the prophet to interpret his visions and gives him wisdom and understanding. In Luke, Gabriel tells Mary that she will be the mother of the Son of God. Muslims believe that Gabriel instructed the prophets and dictated the Quran to Muhammad. Gabriel and his angels will help you to understand the plan that you, your higher self, and a board of spiritual beings worked out for your life before you were born. They will help you to remember what you need to do to fulfill that plan and to meet the people who can help you carry it out. These angels will also help you to defend your life plan against whatever opposes it. Things like discouragement, ridicule, and lack of money and resources. They will help you to organize your life so that you are able to fulfill your daily obligations while working toward your larger goals. The angels of guidance will speak to you when you make a point of listening to them. One of the best techniques for summoning angelic guidance is to ask the angels to transfer information to your mind while you sleep. In fact, they may already be doing this. Have you ever awakened with a wonderful, positive feeling and a sense of direction? If you have, it's a good bet that your soul has been with the angels' spiritual homes while your body was asleep. Use the following technique to increase your nightly contact, and then hold on to those happy thoughts as you make your life happen with the angels of guidance. So, visiting the angels at home. The archangels keep spiritual homes or retreats in the heaven world over certain powerful spots in the earth. Each retreat is a gathering point for angels and an instruction center for our souls while we sleep at night. You can visit universities of the spirit, which have libraries and lecture halls where you can learn about almost any subject you can imagine, from personal psychology to getting along with other people to understanding math concepts. Your conscious mind won't necessarily remember everything you have learned at these universities of the spirit, but the information may come to you as inspiration and flashes of insight. Select the retreat that you want to visit based on the kind of spiritual work you are doing. Here is an example of a prayer you can give before going to sleep. Insert the name and the retreat location of the archangel you want to visit. In the name of my own real self, I call to the angels to take me in my soul consciousness to the etheric retreat of, and you just fill in the etheric retreat and where it's located. And once you're done with that, you say, I ask that I be filled and inspired with the will of God, and I ask whichever archangel and their angels to, and then you insert your request. And once you're done, you say, I ask that all information necessary for the fulfillment of my divine plan be released to my outer waking consciousness as it is required. I thank you and I accept it done this hour in full power. I am here and I shall not leave you until you have fulfilled your reason for being. Archangel Gabriel. Now let's learn about the angels of healing. Their color is green. Their archangel is Raphael, meaning God has healed. Their spiritual home is in Fatima, Portugal. You can ask them for spiritual gifts like wholeness, vision, spiritual sight, and inspiration of truth. You can ask for practical assistance like healing of the body, mind, soul, and spirit, inspiration for the study and practice of music, mathematics, science, and both traditional and alternative medicine, meeting of physical needs such as food, clothing, shelter, tools of your trade. And world service, you can ask for repairing of rifts between nations, healing of those injured on the battlefield, and inspiration for new cures for diseases. Raphael is known as the angel of science, knowledge, and healing. One Jewish text says he revealed to Noah the curative power of plants. Another tells how he healed a blind man and bound a demon. Catholics revere him as the angel who healed the sick at the pool of Bethesda. Yeah, I think that's how it says, Bethesda. The book of Enoch tells us that his responsibilities include healing the diseases and wounds of men. Raphael works with the healing angels and Mary, Queen of Angels, to heal diseases of body, mind, and soul. When approaching a physical or mental health problem, first get help from the appropriate professional, whether a medical doctor, chiropractor, or mental health practitioner, and then set the angels to work. Ask them to remove any negative energy that is causing the condition. Then ask them to overshadow and work through the professionals you have chosen. All the while, pray daily to the angels for healing, visualizing God's healing light in a brilliant emerald color, surrounding and infusing the injured or diseased area. Always call to the angels of protection to work with the angels of healing. Often the healing process needs to be protected from invasive forces, everything from infection to negative energy. If you pray and don't see immediate results, don't give up. Raphael has explained that physical healing is not always possible. Your karma may require that you experience physical pain or disease for a period of time. However, your prayers may work to heal the diseases of soul and spirit that led you to make the initial karma. Always be prepared for miraculous results. You never know when your prayer or an act of grace may allow the karma to be set aside, and you will see the beautiful work of the healing angels as they restore broken souls and bodies. We come for the healing of the soul, the mind, and the heart, knowing that all else will follow as the healing of the body. Archangel Raphael. And then here's a little story. And then I think after that, we can wrap up and read the remainder in our next video. This book is not really broken down into chapters, so I'm just going to try to break it up into reasonably sized videos with information. So Mary points the way. Margaret knew that breast cancer was a leading cause of death for women her age, and so she was doing all the right things. She gave herself regular exams and went for her scheduled checkups. But she might not have noticed a lump until it was too late, if she hadn't gotten help from a higher source. She had been praying and singing hymns daily to the Blessed Mother for about 3 weeks when she received tangible proof of her presence. I woke in the middle of the night after a dream of a beautiful illumined hand coming down through clouds, indicating a previously unnoticed lump under my left breast, on the rib, she said. My fingers were directly on it. The surgeon found that there was indeed a lump, which he quickly removed. Although the tissue was not malignant, it contained some abnormal cells that could have turned cancerous if it had not been removed. Margaret's devotions included the New Age Rosary and songs and hymns to the Blessed Mother from the album Sanctissima. She believes it was the power of her prayers that allowed Mother Mary to bring the lump to her attention. And here is the fiat for, I think this was the Angels of Healing. I am the resurrection and the life of my perfect health now made manifest. Okay. Oh, actually, there's one more little section that has to do with healing, so I'll read that as well. Healing blessings from the Queen of Angels. Mary, the mother of Jesus, is known as the Queen of Angels. She has been associated with thousands of miraculous healings, especially at Lourdes in France, Medjugorje in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and other sites where she has appeared. Sorry, I didn't realize those were sounded like names, but those are other countries. Many students of the Ascended Masters have reported healings that resulted from their prayers to Mother Mary, given along with the scriptural rosary for the New Age, which Mother Mary released to me in 1972. The rosary includes the Our Father and a revised Hail Mary that refers to us as sons and daughters of God, rather than as sinners. In a dictation given through me, Mary explained that the Hail Mary is meant to revere not only the Mother of Jesus, but also God as Mother. Thus, anyone who gives the Hail Mary is accessing the energy and power of God as Mother. Mary told us that millions of angels answer when you give the Hail Mary. Give it 3 times or more following your heartfelt prayers for healing or for whatever spiritual or physical gifts you require. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us, sons and daughters of God, now and at the hour of our victory over sin, disease, and death. Amen. That's what I feel like doing. I say the rosary every day. I've been doing it for several years now, and I'll obviously say many Hail Marys, but I'm going to tag that, and I'm going to change it because that only makes sense to me. I really like that. Okay, so I think we have the next angels are the angels of peace, the angels of joy, And then we will go over the decrees and prayers to the angels, and we can probably accomplish all of that in just one more video. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I love learning about the angels and reading about the angels. I call upon them daily, and this here is just going to help strengthen my relationship with them and see those results that are possible for me, that are in my best interest, and that don't go against, you know, God's will or my ultimate plan. I do understand those things, and I hope that you do too, and I hope that you'll put some of these things into practice and see whatever change it is that you want to see in your life, no matter how small, no matter how big it may seem. There is nothing too small or too large and complex for the angels. So until next time, please take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.